Welcome. Welcome to my podcast show, Under the Bonnet with Dino. Topic today is potholes. Yes, potholes, damage, claims, and the truth behind it. So, come on, let's get into this. Let's be honest. How much time are you spending dodging potholes right now? Or at what point does avoiding potholes become more dangerous than actually hitting them? Well, I see an awful lot of damaged cars recently. A classic car lab and car lab, there's two different things there. We do classic and all the way up to modern day cars, whether that be a lovely little Ford Fiesta or a Lamborghini. It's all the same in any classic car, and as Connor loves to say, a modern classic car. He particularly likes them. So, what do we see a lot of? Well, we see a lot of bent alloys, a lot of blown tyres, suspension damage, and steering issues. Okay, these are not small things. These are not small things at all. These can turn out to be massive, massive repair jobs. So, bent alloys. Well, the more expensive your car gets, the more expensive the alloy. Very, very simple. And as performance cars are a lot more, let's say, the tyre is a lot more low profile. So the deeper the hole, the harder the hit, and ba-boom. That's it. A bent alloy. Bent alloys, it's basically finished. It's safety first. If it's cracked, then there are people that would weld aluminium alloys. I personally, I think it's a dangerous thing. I really do. Blown tyres, they're easier to do, but still it's a cost. Some tyres are so expensive now. Suspension damage, right? Well, that's a big one because suspension means steering issues, steering racks. Whether it's a classic car, then the cost can really mount up. And classic cars, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, they weren't made for today's roads. Usually there was a man with the red flag. Yep, red flag. If you're listening, my hand was gesticulating up in the air then. I don't know where I get my red flag from, but seriously, the cars weren't designed really that well. Excuse me. So the damage that can be caused is tremendous. So if you just think of some the cost of real repairs, you'd start anyway from £300. In many cases, up to 3,000. Especially, as I said, the more expensive the car is, and the more expensive the cost will be, by and large. And this is real money. It's not just an inconvenience. It's hard enough today to make ends meet. We're going backwards and forwards to work, doing extra things, shuttling the kids around, and all this is just adding cost upon cost upon cost, and we're being taxed to high heavens. Let me say at this point that I am not political. Stay away from that. No, that's not me. Let me tell you about a story, and this happened to me the other weekend. It was a rally weekend, and it was just literally down the bottom of the road, and everything was running like clockwork. The 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 people who were organising the race were absolutely excellent. You just couldn't fault it. And there was an ambulance that came by. And I thought, that's rather odd. And the marshals got everybody out of the way. They were really doing a fantastic job. No fault at all. And then, I would say about 5 or 10 minutes later, another ambulance and a police car. I thought, that must be a really bad accident. I do hope that the rally driver's okay. Now, it transpires, no, there's nothing at all to do with the rally driver. It was to do with somebody who lived, it's not fair to name any names. It's about telling the story. It was somebody who had had a heart attack. And what happened was that when the first ambulance went up there, they actually hit a pothole. That's what happened. They hit a pothole, the tyre went bang, and they weren't able to get to the man who had a heart attack, who needed an emergency. Well, it was an emergency. So another ambulance was sent, the police car was sent up there to help out things. Everything worked out fine. Thank goodness that the gentleman recovered, and that was it. It's not the key, though, is it, here? It's not the key. It's when the emergency services are getting caught out, it's not just frustration, it's a safety issue. And there are many safety issues, many. If you think about a cyclist, now, I won't get into cyclists and saying they should be paying road tax, but the connotations of this, if they hit a pothole and they swerve into a car, or if the car hits a pothole, swerves into a cyclist or a pedestrian, then the consequences, the litigation behind this is enormous. Which way do you turn? Is the insurance company that has the car going to turn towards the cyclist or the pedestrian because they were moving out of the way? Which way do you turn? And it's something that I feel really strongly about. And it's such a mess. It's such a mess. Everything is such a mess. There is no clear definition of what you should do. So I have launched the petition. Now, I'm not promoting my petition because it probably will get really boring. And it hasn't been accepted by Parliament yet. So fingers crossed that my petition will get through. It's a national pothole repair standard and fair compensation system. So it's simple. The simplest things in life are great, and I would like to make it as such to do this. I will tell you when it comes into play. When that's something, isn't it? I've got full faith in myself that I'm going to get through with this, because nobody has managed to get through with a petition that's going through. So fingers crossed that it will get through, and I'll be there. I'll be there on the front line with my sticks and everything, and I will be there championing the cause. And hopefully we can get some momentum behind this, and I will be asking a few pals if they'll join me. There are many people who I have been introduced to through my career of cars, so I will be calling on them. Chris Evans, you are number one on my list. So let's hope we can get through this. and get the petition through. It would be fantastic. It really would. And to maybe even get Jeremy Clarkson, Mr. Clarkson, if you are listening, I would love your help. I really would. So the point of this is that we're going to have to push our local MPs. Robbie Moore, the chap who does the West Yorkshire side of this area, he's really good. He's quite proactive. We're based in Otley, which is just outside West Yorkshire. I actually live outside of Richmond, North Yorkshire, and I have the fantastic Rishi Sunak. You may remember him. That is our local MP, so I will be championing him and asking him for his help. Our roads are not too bad round here, but then again, it's not about that. It's creating a national standard. And just talking to local MPs and pushing it and building pressure up. Staying neutral is very important, and growing awareness of locally and nationally what's happening out there. So we do have to push this. So what actually happens if you do hit one? The reason for this podcast is to genuinely help you. I have taken it upon myself to read it into this, and I have created a form, and it's a free form. Everything is free, and this form can be downloaded. I'll give you the address at the end of this podcast where you can click on to and look at our helpful tips. But what I'm going to do is go step by step through this process, and it's just a short process, and I'll guide you through the stages. And the most important thing is that it is free. And being a Yorkshireman and things being free, or Yorkshire Italian, I was born in Bradford, but I am British, and I'm very excited to be British. Digressing again. So what happens if you should hit one? Right. So step one. I've got these in various steps, and it's very clear that you can read about them on the link, as I said. Is that the main thing is that you're safe. Hitting one is quite a scary thing to happen. It's not good. It's quite frightening. And the first thing that you should do is stop somewhere safely. Make sure, look around that nobody's hurt, or the car is put safely to one side, and check that the car is safe. Now, I know it's very difficult to understand how you would check if the steering is safe, but what you can do is, in the first instance, check the tyre, check the alloy, check the steering, move it left to right, make sure that the brakes do work. The two most important things on a car are brakes and steering. After that, you get by. So, look at the evidence. We all have a mobile phone nowadays. Well, most of us do. Take pictures of the pothole. That's very, very important. Then document where it is. Take wide-angle shots of all the areas. Photograph the damage. See if you can do anything to scale. Perhaps put your foot carefully in the pothole. So to just give it some dimension, and it's basically proof. So if you don't have any evidence, there is no claim. And it is very, very important to uh, put a pin. I'm just saying, put a pin. The when I say put a pin, see if you can mark the location on your app. If not, take the take uh, uh, the the map out of the glove box and mark on where you are, just in case if you did have one, or a road atlas. No, seriously. Very important to say where it is, location, landmark, date, and time. Very, very important. Next is take it to, unless you cannot drive, obviously get the services out to RAC, or there are others. But if you think you can drive it and it feels okay, well, okay. But do check, take it into a garage. Now, a good garage will look after you. They will think safety first. And also, they will hope that maybe you'll come back. We offer a free inspection. That's how we drive our business. We help people. It's not all about take. So take it into somebody that can check, that can give you a written report if you've got some problem there, and a quote or a invoice. Most people at this point, they don't want to do it. It's too much. Look, it's really simple. If you don't push these things and don't submit it, then we're not going to get this solved, and it's going to get more and more dangerous. And we face costs which are going through the roof, and this is something that we pay for. So the next is to go onto the council website, include everything. Even if you think, oh, that's too much detail, no, you do that. Do as much detail as possible. Now, the next step, and it's very common, expect rejection. Now, sad music in the background, and this doesn't mean that there is no case. The thing is persistence. Driving that business, you're not driving the business, you're driving into that pothole. So drive it back to them. And some people say that, oh, what about Section 58? Now, I do write a bit about it in sorry, I'm getting so excited about this. The link, and many people use this and say, oh, well, there's Section 58 here. And Section 58 basically is the council's legal defence. They say, we're not responsible. We maintain the road properly. Okay, so these are the questions. Come on. These are the questions that should be asked. When was the road last inspected? Was the pothole reported? Should they have known about it? So we're driving this persistence. What it means, if they prove a system is in place, the claim is rejected. So do not give up at this point. Section 58 does not mean that they are right. So when you can still win with poor inspection, previous reports ignored, defect, and records that don't add up. So your key line is Section 58 is not a brick wall, it is a deep hole. It is a deep pothole. It just means that you need better evidence if they reject you, and do not give in. So, common myths. If it was reported, you can't claim. Not true. Just harder. Is it to be a certain depth? No fixed rule. No national rule. It's pointless. Difficult, but not impossible. The thing is, if we all club together and start doing this, then something is going to happen. We must speak as a national voice. I sound quite political there. No. But I'm a great believer in people power. If we stick together, show kindness, and kindness should be reflected back to us. So the safety angle on this is a very strong angle. Swerving to avoid potholes, narrow roads, blind bends, risks of collisions. So we're avoiding potholes as it's becoming dangerous. And that is not a good position to be in. Look, I'm not political. I'm not blaming. I'm just helping motorists, pedestrians, cyclists. It isn't about complaining. I really don't like complaining. It shows weakness. It's about helping people deal with it properly, and that really is the key, the standard that we should be driving. I've created, I hope, a step-by-step guide, and it's free. And it's worth understanding the process before writing it off. You can spend hundreds, thousands of pounds on this, and it's low profile tires equals worse damage. It's really bad for the car. And more often than not, unless it's my favourite boy racer cars, it will damage. But even boy racer cars, they spend a lot of time and money on the car, so it's not necessarily low profile tires come with higher costs, but it normally does mean that you're driving a supercar or a sports car that's got some power, and the consequences of that are going to be many dollars. So classic cars, well, they're more vulnerable, aren't they? They do break down. They break down a lot, but they don't need help from a pothole. I see so many that have hit a pothole or had to swerve, and they've come to us saying, "Oh no, look, I've had to do this." I say, "Did you report it?" "No, I don't feel like I should." Report it. And hidden suspension issues. Who'd have thought about that? And there could be fractures, and it could be going through to the steering, which causes great safety issues. And then it's insurance versus council. It's not an easy task. So, I hope I have managed to clear some of the myths. The safety issues, very important. Local MPs, push your local MPs and make sure, Rishi, come on. He's doing very well. He's doing okay. But he may actually champion the cause. Well, he's been there. He knows the place really well. And the the costs. Don't let Section 58 and the myths behind it worry you. You know, take a read, glance at it. It it's it's very important that you do this. I want to help you. People have helped me, and the kindness that I have experienced of humankind is second to none. I've in the last few years, the kindness that has been shown to me has just been absolutely tremendous. So it gave me the opportunity to show kindness as well. And this is what really the podcast is all about, as well as my stories and what I've experienced and driving in the Himalayas and the deserts of Arizona. Yes, that is exciting. But I also want to help, and even by just doing this and championing this cause, well, let's make a difference. Let's make a difference to your life. Let's let's not put money back into the council pothole and not let them fill it, because it's a waste of time. We need to stick together as one. As I'm banging the desk here, look, my advice is have a read, see what you think. It's been shared so many times. That's why I thought I would do my inaugural podcast about potholes, because it's something that we can all help each other with. And that's what it's really about, humankind, isn't it? It's not all about money. It's about help. So I hope I have helped you. Please contact me if you need any help. I'm happy to answer any emails, anything. Well, not quite anything. Let's stick to the subject of potholes, but I don't mind answering things about cars or businesses, or AI. I haven't even got onto that yet, but I will do, as I found it very interesting. Listen, you've been listening to me, Dino, under the bonnet. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed it and you found it very useful, and you know what, you think, this Yorkshire guy's all right, he's talking a lot of sense, then please follow me and press subscribe. You know what? It's free. It's free. It's absolutely free, and you can enjoy it as well as I'm loving doing it as well. Okay, Dino, under the bonnet. Thank you and good night.